to another edition of On the Issue by the PDA Letter. I'm Bettine Boltres with West Pharmaceutical Services and a PDA Director. I'm here at the 2023 PDA Universe of Prefilled Syringes Conference in Gothenburg, Sweden, to talk to the winners of the PDA Drug Delivery Partnership Innovation Award, which was given to Stevanato Group, Bayer and Vetter Pharma for the innovation of a diluent prefilled syringe for a biologic product. This partnership innovation involved the close collaboration of the development groups of three parties: the glass barrel manufacturer Stevanato, the diluent PFS manufacturer Vetter, and the combination product manufacturer Bayer. Here with me to discuss the collaboration and the award are Tilman Burkhardt with Vetter and Stefano Pilati with Stevanato Group. Andy Hahn with Bayer could not join, unfortunately. So welcome both of you to the UPS conference, and congratulations again for winning the PDA Drug Delivery Partnership Innovation Award.
Thank you, Bettina.
Thank you.
So let's start with the first question. I'm very curious to understand, how did this partnership get started to begin with? How did this all evolve?
So actually it's quite a long story because it dated back in 2018. So we received a first request from Bayer asking for a 5 ml barrel with some kind of treatments. And initially, it was strange because, as you know, ammonium sulfate treatment is quite an old way of processing. And specifically on vials, it also poses some challenges, what I mean. So for this reason, we were a little bit skeptic. And for that, we decided, to really understand what was the really need for that. So after that, we understand that there is behind the need of a specific attention to the aluminium and the leaching of the aluminium for that specific product.
Why the aluminium leaching? What was that background?
Because the background was basically it can cause aggregates when the drug is basically reconstituted into the prior the injection. So that's why. So back in 2018, they did this kind of request, and then we started from there.
Yes. So actually, the interaction between all of these three companies is, I would say, it's a long history, even before that project.
Okay.
I would say. So, as a diluent manufacturer, Vetter, we are working closely together with both parties for longer years. And also this diluent was produced in a, one can say, formal configuration over years. And as Stefano said before, it all started with the global change of the DC 365 to DC 366. This is the silicon oil emulsion.
The silicon oil emulsion.
Yes, exactly, the dimethicone emulsion. And this poses a lot of topics that should be addressed. And in this context, Bayer raised certain questions on what does that mean for the known specific sensitivity of their, let's, in the end, combination product on these leachates we talked before.
And so the driving factors, if I understand correctly, were the silicon oil change and the aluminum sensitivity?
Yes.
Were there any other driving factors that build on that partnership?
At the end, the other fact that also later on is, in our opinion, a fact that for sure of success in this story is also the fact that we do not have, as Stevanato Group, that specific syringe in our portfolio. So it requires a development work that needs to be done, and this is also a fact that it was a success factor to also understand really the customer need and how we need to characterize during the first feasibility phase and how to build the right process capability for what they're willing to.
So what were the biggest challenges in solving this compatibility issue, and how did you go about solving them?
So I would like to add some more, one last sentence maybe to the first question. As you asked whether there were any other aspects that should be addressed as a driving factor. So from the buyer perspective, the entire constellation was also used as a chance to look deeper into functionality topics. So once you directly address topics like siliconization, I think it's clear to say, and it's a short step to say, are there any kind of improvements also possible within the functionality topic? And this was also then part of the entire scope here. The driving factors in the end for the development are, having pursued manufacturing and on this important diluent to provide it to the market, to have constant providing to the market also after the change. And this means that not just for the short-term change, but also for the long-term sustainability of the product in terms of safety and quality to the patient, it has to be addressed holistically. So we are talking about stability topics which might raise later on in such kind of a product development program. And so we had to have a sound and solid fundament for this development.
We're a data-driven industry.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. So what were the challenges that you faced during that?
I can tell you, Bettine, one story about that is related to the timing itself. So when we did the kickoff, for what we call commercialization or full development, it was January 2020. And the timing, it was quite tight because, of course, the program is quite complex. We have to respect milestones at Vetter's side. We have to respect milestones at Bayer's side. And so also the procurement of the upgrade of the line was something that was on the critical path initially. So back in 2020, 1 month, Italy closes. So all the factories closes, not Stevanato Group, because of course we were on the critical supply chain for COVID, but actually the companies that makes physical parts were closed. So there's no, it was such a strange situation where you don't know, even, from one day to tomorrow, if you have to go home, if you can come back home or whatever. So for this specific reason, this was a challenging. We were lucky enough, since we have also in our company the engineering division that can be capable. They for sure have a specific focus on this, despite they have multiple challenges.
High priority.
Correct. And we were able to supply and to make this part internally.
Wow.
And so for this reason, we can install on time and respect the milestone that we have.
Well,
because all the supply chain topics, I think, hit it the entire entire groups here, the entire industry. But on the other side, as I said before, this was a product which was running already over years. So the three parties were extremely experienced in what they are going to do. And besides this, there
was some routine in it.
It's routine.
A little bit.
The goals were clear from the beginning. We had a clear allocation of responsibilities within the three parties. So it was therefore, I would say, a pretty smooth and target-oriented development here.
And from a chemical perspective, chemical physical perspective, did you face any challenges there?
I think that at least on if you take a look on the PFS container, we discuss also during the team meetings that we have how to prove the process capability. So just to let you understand, we're talking about sensitivity around part per billion of aluminum. So the process is very, very low, can be very, very critical, and it was not easy on paper to say that process may work with the intended use. And on the same time, the stability program that Vetter was launching, Bayer was launching, takes time. So, and there were no, big challenges for reproduce it. Otherwise, the program gets delay of years, you know. So on that side, we really try to do the best on paper. So to see, as Tilman was saying, let's assume the best capability that we have. Take a look at the previous data. So we do not start from the scratch. We have also experience on the 3ML. So let's start from there. What are the process parameters that we're targeting there, and how to think already for the scale up? So the samples that we're making on the feasibility are really representative of what will be the commercial.
I think good preparation work is really key there. Yeah, if you have time pressure, especially.
It's paramount.
Yeah.
So we aim for right first time success in this program and achieved it.
Yeah, perfect.
Together.
Wonderful.
Yes.
This is really great.
But one point that Tilman underlined that is very important is that you're not building those kind of configuration and collaboration from the scratch. So where we are is because there were other people prior us also in the company that sets up a collaboration that works also on buyer side.
There's a history, a mutual history.
Correct, correct. So it's like, you know, a training. So you have to learn also how to deal together, or how to, each company is organized in a different way. So who are the right stakeholders to buy in when you have to take decisions?
Maybe that leads to my next question. For the audience, maybe what are the factors that you thought were the most influential and important factors that made this whole collaboration so successful? You mentioned the mutual history already, but then did you have like weekly team meetings, like three-way team meetings? Because if three parties are involved, we all know this is getting very this can get very complex.
Yeah, maybe I can take this one. I think it's not surprising me that it's all about communication. Have transparent communication, have direct communication, and having clear fields of responsibility, as I said before. So bringing all the joint forces together means you have to work on that, and you have to rethink maybe in some positions how to react and so be fast in decisions and have a clear target. So I think all of this is typical project management work.
Yes.
It's easy to say that, but retrospectively I can say it works. So do it like this, and you get up in success.
Project management, I would say, and the fact that it was buyer that has, you know, this kind of overall program, this was very key, at least also to my knowledge. I mean, project management is a discipline. You have to take care of that. It's not something that you can do in your free time. And it's important because also allow each one of us to see the part of the picture to really get the combination product, as you clearly said in the introduction. So that's what was you know, something that, of course, you have a governance, you have, you know, in case of any escalation, how to deal with that. So, and something that you have to decide that in the early stage. And this is for sure something that was very, very beneficial.
Wonderful. Sounds very good. So what does that mean for your companies to having received this PDA Innovation Award? I mean, this looks very nice. Each one of you got one, right? So you don't have to share that one. So what does that mean for your companies?
But I would start with two major points. So for sure, the first one is we're very, very proud as a company because it's a really important award as Stevanato Group. And the second is winning also the prize for innovation, but also collaboration. For us is very important. We have also a program in Stevanato that is called the customer centricity, that really aims to put the customer at the center and also to promote this kind of culture. So that's why it's also very important. I'm very proud.
You can use this as a success, a proof for success in that case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can say we take it as a confirmation of our good work, of our spirit and work. And it's also a nice sign also to the people which do a lot of work, invest a lot of time and efforts, having to deal with short-term notices, which always are part of such programs, and having now this recognition the PDA on that work. This is driving.
Yeah. Beautiful. Wonderful. Then thank you very much for sharing these insights with us. And with that, I wish you a wonderful rest of the conference day in Gothenburg, a safe trip home, and see you at the next PDA event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.